Hello everyone, myself Prezi. Welcome back to my channel Commerce Class. Today's video is about Introduction to Banking. Meaning and definition of banking, features of banking and evolution of banking. Introduction to Banking. What is bank? Bank is a financial institution which deals with money and credit. Bank accept deposit from public and lend money to the person who are in need of money, and it also transfer cash from one place to another place. And modern banks performs number of functions like issues check, collect check, giving bank deposit in exchange for bill of exchange, etc. Banking Regulation Act 1949 defines banking as one which transact the business of banking, which means the accepting for the purpose of lending or investment of deposit of money from the public, repayable on demand or otherwise, and withdrawable by check, draft, order or otherwise. This is the definition taken from Banking Regulation Act 1949. So bank accept deposit and they use this deposit for lending purpose, and they repay this deposit when need arises, and also this can be withdrawable by check, draft, etc. Features of bank. First point, dealings in money. Bank is a financial institution which deals money, which accept deposit from public and lend money and provide other services, and bank deals with other people's money. Second point is individual or firm or company. A bank may be a person, firm or a company. Then next point, acceptance of deposit. Bank accept money from public and they use this money for lending purpose. Usually they repay this money when demand arises or after the expiry of fixed period. Bank deposits are highly secured and it gives safety to the deposit of its customers. Next point, giving advances. Bank provide loans to the public for different purposes. The next point, payment and withdrawal. It provides easy payment and withdrawal facility to the customers in the form of check, draft, etc. Nowadays, withdrawal is very easy because everyone is using ATM for withdrawal. Agency and utility services. Sometimes bank act as the agent of the customer. Different agency services are collection of credit instrument like a check, bill of exchange, promissory note on behalf of customers. Then collection of dividend. Act as trustee or executor. Then execution of standing orders, purchase and sale of security, acting as a representative. So these are some of the agency functions performed by bank. Then general utility functions. Safe custody of valuables, locker facility, fund transfer, providing information, act as a referee, underwrites shares. So these are some of the general utility functions. So banks sometimes act as an agent and they performs different agency and general utility services. Profit and service orientation. Bank is a profit-seeking institution, but it have some service-oriented approach. Banks are usually for the public, for the development or welfare of the society. They channelize fund from surplus area to the deficit area. It is a profit-seeking institution, but it have some service-oriented approach. The next one, ever-increasing functions. There is a continuous expansion and diversification as regards the functions, services and activities of bank. Then connecting link. Bank always act as a connecting link between the borrower and lender of money. Bank channelizes the fund and it accept deposit from public and lend money, so it collect money from those who have surplus cash and transfer that fund to the person who are in need of money. Then banking business. Bank's main activity is doing banking business. It is not the subsidiary activity. Banking business is the main activity of a bank. Then origin and development of banking. The evolution of banking can be traced back to the era of early times of human history. In olden days, people deposited their money and valuables at temples because these places of worship were considered as the safest place to keep their valuables. It was the earliest form of banking. Prehistoric Hindu scriptures provide enough evidence of the existence of money lending business in India. It was in existence in Vedic period. The practice of storing precious metals and coins at safe places and loaning of money to the people was also prevalent in ancient Rome. According to Crowther, modern banking has three ancestors, and they are merchant bankers, goldsmith, and money lenders. Merchant bankers. Merchant bankers usually the traders in goods. They also provide loans to the traders, and later traders become bankers. They used bill of exchange for the purpose of financing foreign trade. Then second one, goldsmith. They provide strong iron safe for safekeeping valuables and money. People deposited their excess money with goldsmith for safe custody. Goldsmith issued deposit receipt to acknowledge the debt. People received their deposit back when they presented the deposit receipt. This was similar to the fixed deposit scheme of modern banking. The third one is money lenders. Money lenders lent part of the deposit which was accepted from the public as loan. They always keep an amount as contingency reserve, and the remaining deposits were given to the needy people as loan. So these three, merchant bankers, goldsmith and money lenders, these three are the ancestors of modern banking. Merchant bankers grant loan for foreign trade, then goldsmith accept deposit, money lenders accept deposit and lend money to the people as loan. Later, Bank of Venice was started in Italy, and it was the oldest banking institution in the world. The Bank of Barcelona was started in 1401, then Bank of Genoa in 1407 and Bank of Amsterdam in 1609. The growth of joint stock commercial banking was started after the enactment of Banking Act 1833. Evolution of banking in India. In the beginning of 18th century, East India Company launched few commercial banks. The first Indian bank named Bank of Hindustan was started in 1770 at Kolkata. Later, English East India Company started 3 Presidency Bank with government participation. Presidency banks are Bank of Kolkata, Bank of Bombay and Bank of Madras. These banks were given the right of note issue in their respective region. Later, these 3 banks amalgamated and a new bank formed, and that is Imperial Bank. Allahabad Bank came into existence in 1865, then Alliance Bank in 1875. The first purely commercial bank was formed in 1880, and that is Oudh Commercial Bank. Then Punjab National Bank was launched in 1894 and People Bank in 1901. The Swadeshi movement encouraged Indian entrepreneurs to start many new banks. Many banks were failed during the first half of 20th century, and it affected the people's belief and faith in bank. This insisted the need for an institution to regulate and control banking industry. As a result, Reserve Bank of India was established in 1935. RBI was nationalized in 1949 and the Banking Companies Act was passed in the same year. Later, this act was changed to Banking Regulation Act. In 1955, the Imperial Bank was nationalized and it is renamed as State Bank of India. In 1969, 14 banks were nationalized. It was the revolution in the history of banking industry of India. The regional rural bank scheme was started in 1975. Then in 1980, 6 more commercial banks were nationalized. Then in 1982, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development was set up, that is NABARD. Exim Bank was launched in 1984. Then National Housing Bank started in 1988. New Bank of India got merged with Punjab National Bank in 1993. The government merged 5 associate banks and Bharatiya Mahila Bank with SBI on 1st April 2017. At present, there are 12 public sector banks in India, including SBI. There are 3 local area banks, 9 small finance bank, 6 payment banks and 22 private sector bank, then 33 state cooperative banks and 54 urban cooperative banks. 10 public sector banks were merged with 4 big public sector banks on 30th August 2019 and number of public sector bank in India is reduced to 12. The number of private sector bank is also reduced to 22. That is about the history of Indian banks. Hope you all understood this topic. Please subscribe my channel, share my videos. Thanks for watching my channel. Bye.